Uh, okay. So now what we are going to do is we are going to I'm setting up the lab mostly by tomorrow or next week. I can show you this, and then I will hand over all the playbooks and roles to you. Now we can configure this, and parallelly I can go one by one. So first of all, can you tell me, am I audible? Can you tell me why we need a Docker? Why we need a container? Why we are going away from the normal virtual machines? First of all, we were using physical machine, then we started using virtual machines. Now we are started everywhere the Docker and container. What is the major advantage? Can anyone explain? What is the major advantage, or what is the comparison? Why we need? We are going for this. Yes, Ravi, go ahead.
Vijay, so Docker is a lightweight and it is easy to lift and shift the images from
Okay.
one server to another server.
Okay. Any other command? Any other views? Okay. Yes, Akil. Go ahead, Akil. Yeah, go ahead, Akil. Venumatavi, yes, go ahead. Even Raj, go ahead. I given access. Ram.
Hello, Vijay.
Yeah.
Basically, Docker is OS independent.
Okay.
Uh, we can uh, we can create in container and we can use in any other Docker installed machine.
Okay. Uh, Still, I'm looking for something. Obina, I given access to you.
Hi Vijay. If we create a Docker image, we can run it on any machine with Docker engine. So if a developer tests his application on his machine, he can create an image and it can be run on any machine. So there won't be any blame game between developers and operations team.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I,
Go on
I
mute. Okay.
uh, yeah,
Yeah.
in for a Docker, like so we can the OS image will the size of OS will be reduced in Docker. So in past, like from physical server, we are able to use one machine. So when it comes to like a virtual machine, we can able to use multiple machines, but the OS size will be of more size. But in Docker, the base will be same. Only the functionalities is going to be different. So it is
Okay.
a usage size will be reduced in Docker.
Okay. See. Okay. You all go on mute. Ravi. Okay. Can you raise your hand, Ravi, so that I can give you access? I given access. Okay. So I'll explain. See, first we will go with the physical one. How we started. Okay. I think I have explained, but still I will explain, and then I will show you the hands-on. So what we did is initially, I'm talking about some 15 years or 20 years. We used to buy a machine, or we used to buy a rack servers, or we used to buy a whole bunch of servers, right? So in this server, I can go and install, I can call it as a machine one, machine two. So physically, we purchased, we configured, we operated individual machines. This is individual machine. This is individual machine. This is individual machine. So at some point of time, our business started growing, and we don't have a space to keep all these servers, right? So what we did is say for example, I have a Chennai office, I have a US office. So that US office building doesn't have a space to host further physical machines. Because if I want to host one physical machine, there should be adequate space. There should be a cabling. There should be a power. There should be a cooling. There are a lot of logistics involved to host one physical server, right? And another major problem is, say for example, this is Windows machine. I can change the color. This is Windows machine. Okay. So this is Linux machine. Okay, maybe Red Hat Linux or whatever. So this is say Ubuntu or HP Unix machine or Solaris. Okay, so now my thing is, you are a developer. Who am I? I am a developer. Okay, so I am developing citibank.com. Citibank.com. Okay, so I'm a developer. I'm developing some Java application. So now I'm talking about only a physical where we started. So now what I will do is, I will develop this application Java for Windows, Java for Linux. So here even the HP Unix, because if I deploy this application here on Windows, it will work. Then the same, if I take and put it in here, as long as the Java is there, we will get. But OS native library also I need to add. So I have to develop, say I have a 3 OS. So in that case, the developer, I'm a developer. So my effort to take almost 3 times I need to develop. So remember, each time whenever I develop something, I need to go to testing. I need to do a load testing. I need to do a functional testing. I need to do a security check. I need to approve all the functionality, and I need to integrate it. I need to monitor it. So this is for one single environment, say development environment. Okay, and each and every production, definitely there will be a SIT environment. The name may be changed. Okay, I'm just talking about the general terminology. So UAT environment and pre-prod environment and finally prod, because before going to anything in production, I have to want to test it. So in that case, 3 times. So here also you need 3 OS servers. Here also you need a 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 3 OS servers. Not only the application. Here also you need to have a development monitoring, development testing, develop. So almost all functionality, all components you need to have here, 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 you need to also have here. So can you tell me, is this really complex? Can you confirm in the chat? It is actually a complex and time taking effort. It's a really huge effort previously required. Are you clear in this? So you all clear, right? So now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to open up another diagram. So now we will talk about the virtual machines. Okay, VM. Okay, so since I started end up with more space issues, there was a 2005, there was a virtual machine concept started. The same physical machine. Okay, what I will do is, instead of directly installing Windows, I will install hypervisor. If you get a chance, please try out one time so that you will feel actually what is VM, because still people are many people, I would say 85% of the people, they know how to create a VM, but those VMs are running on top of what kind of infrastructure? They really don't know. That is the major reason they are getting more confusions. What is actually VM running on top of? So there is a hypervisor we need to install. It's not a OS. Okay. So in this hypervisor, the advantage is you can create a VM1. I can change the color. So VM1. I can create a VM2. I can create a VM3. Say, for example, this is one physical machine. Okay. So in this physical machine, I have installed hypervisor. This is the OS. Directly interact to the hardware. So in this physical machine, total capacity is say 100 CPU. Okay. And 1000 GB RAM. So in this case, so the hypervisor need at least 2 CPU. I'm just giving an example, and you can say 8 GB RAM. So the left out is 98 CPU, and you can say 9 almost 90 and you can give it some 992, right? So what I'm saying is I can go with say each VM, each VM1, VM2, VM3, according to the capacity, according to the application, according to the purpose, we can go with say 1 CPU, 1 GB RAM, or 1 CPU, 4 GB RAM. So in that case, average you can create almost 100 machines in different memory capacity. So you can create 100 VMs here. Okay. Now, what is the major advantage here is instead of buying 100 physical machines, okay, I am hosting all 100 machines in one single physical machine. If there is no VM concept came into market, then still we could have buy 100 physical machine. Okay. So now what is the major advantage in this? What is the major advantage is see here, this machine will act as independent. This machine still it will act as a independent. So each machine will act as an independent machine only. Now for this machine, okay, to communicate to this machine also, it's really easy. You can there will be a lot of networking, grouping, even failover, everything we can configure. But still, this machine you need to install OS, everything what you do in a physical way of machine, right? So still you are bound to that same problem. Your application is dependent on base OS. Here also you will have the same issue. And moreover, one VM creation, the OS installation, provision, minimum 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, it will take to provision. You agree? Can you confirm in the chat? If I want to create one machine, so that there also you need to install OS, you need to install application, you need to install configure everything. Can you confirm? Okay, so now what is the again here the major challenge here? You are making your application to the base OS dependency, right? So now I need something fast. I need something scalable. I need something no dependency on base OS, right? So that is where the Docker Kubernetes it's really uh, uh, coming into market. Next 15 to 20 years, this is going to be rule our all IT life. That is why I'm keep on insisting people to learn or start put your efforts on Linux. People who are going to the cloud jobs, definitely they also need to go here and handle Docker and Kubernetes environment. Maybe in AWS, maybe in Azure, maybe in Google Cloud or whatever cloud they are going to. But still, the Kubernetes is going to be really mandate irrespective of what job role you are going to be. So in order to manage most of the project, they never prefer to go with GUI. They will go with only CLI. So until unless you are not put through yourself in Linux, these are all will always looks like a Chinese language, right? I'm just giving an example, because if you are from different language, the other side of language will be unknown, right? Okay, now I'm going with the Docker and Kubernetes part. So now the same, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a Docker infrastructure. So I am taking one machine. Okay, I'm not going to install hypervisor, right? I'm installing same Windows. Okay, I'm installing same Windows machine. I'm taking one Windows machine. I'm taking one Linux machine. I'm taking one Linux machine. I'm taking one Red Hat Linux or Ubuntu or whatever. So RHCL or SUSE Linux. Okay, so here I am installing Docker for Windows. If you go here, I can say Docker installation. You search it in English. So Docker. There is a typo mistake. So Docker installation. Go here. So you can see Docker installation. This software you need to install according to the OS. Install Docker for CentOS, Docker for Debian, Docker for Fedora, Docker for RHCL, Docker for SUSE Linux. So almost Docker for Windows, everything you can install as per the distro, right? Even the Windows also, you will have the Docker software. This you have to install as per the OS, right? So I'm going to install Docker. I'm going to install Docker for Linux, maybe which flavor you have. So I'm going to install Docker for RHCL. Okay, so now I am a developer. Okay, I am simply develop one application. Okay, which is compatible for Docker. I don't care what OS, right? I'm creating as a microservices application which compatible for Docker. So I am just deploying it here as a container. Here we should not say VM. The terminology is container. So this container will act as a VM. So I'm creating one more container. So this is, you can say in your old language, VM1, this is VM2, right? But we are in a modern world, so we need to say container, maybe spelling a typo mistake, it's okay. So container 1, this is container 2. So now these containers never ever care on what is your base OS. What is your base OS? So now this container will only talk to Docker engine. So now what will happen is, even if I take this container and put it here, it will run, because as long as I know who is Docker, I can talk to Docker. This Docker know how to talk to the native OS. This Docker know how to talk to this native OS. So here also you can simply take this and put it, it will work. It will run without any single modification. Now you tell me, raise your hand and tell me what is the exact advantage to go with a container and Docker. Yes, Ravi, yes. Go ahead. Raj, you can go ahead.
So OS independent.
Yeah. So the first is independent, and C, instead of going with each environment, each development, each testing, each validation efforts, here I'm saving a enormous time. You agree, right?
Hello? Yes.
Yes,
Hello.
it is.
Hello, Vijay.
Yes. Go ahead.
Yes. Oh, from my own perspective as well. Hello?
Yes. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. All the necessary dependencies has been packaged together, which means irrespective of any environment you run, you'll be able to run without any issue. And again, it is lightweight compared to VM. So
Yes.
within some few seconds, it comes up. So which saves a lot of time.
Yes. So you understand how much it is saving all our development effort, all our testing effort, all our support efforts, all our troubleshooting efforts. It's a really saving lot of time, lot of efforts. You agree, right?
Yes, Vijay.
Yes,
Okay.
Vijay,
Okay.
it is
Just
lightweight and we can
Yeah.
use it as a microservice also.
Yeah. So and one more thing I forgot is, so in this VM you need to install OS and you need to install all application and starting. So minimum worst case also 3 to 4 minutes it will take. But there are couple of way you can provision even more faster, but still it is a wait. But here it's not a OS, it's a library, but it will act as a machine. The spinning time around seconds, not minutes, not even a 1 or 2 minutes. It's seconds. The total size also, it's going to be 75 MB, or average it's going to be 100 MB. So it is the turnaround time, RTO, recovery time objective. It is going to be very fast. This is the major vital driver. People are really started going or thinking towards RTO, as per RTO and RPO, the container based environment. Okay, and here I'm seeing a lot of confusion. Okay, if I want to, I'm working in on-prem, because still some of the projects they don't want to go to a cloud. Okay, even if you don't go to cloud, in your on-prem also you can adapt this Kubernetes Docker um, uh, technology. Okay, so even if you have a lot of physical servers in your data center, very well you can adapt this Docker come Kubernetes methodology, right? And even if you go to cloud, simple. Either you can go with the cloud managed services, EKS or AKS or Google Cloud Engine. So you can adapt the managed services, or in AWS also you can create the necessary infrastructure. You can adapt it. It's up to you how you want, but the concept wise, the step wise, it's going to be the same. Okay, let me go and create. I'm going to create it. I have a Google Cloud. So I'm going to create a machine, say Docker. Okay. And how many of you already started learning the Docker part? So even if you don't, so you can go here, the GitHub, go to Cloud and Loud, GitHub Cloud and Loud, and go Docker, come down, Docker training, come down. So the Docker installation, right? Go here. But before going to Docker, okay, I already explained. So go here, type learning. Okay. So you want to understand what kind of a The prerequisite is you need come down. There is a clear-cut information I have given. So you need, if you are going with Kubernetes with Docker, then you need. But if you want to practice Docker alone, you need either one machine, 2 CPU, 4 GB RAM, or another machine. If you want to go with the CentOS, then this machine alone is fine. If you want to go with this machine, Ubuntu, then you need this machine alone. That is more than enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create one CentOS machine. I'm going here. So 2 CPU, 4 GB RAM. It's fine. So I'm going for a CentOS. So the disk spaces, I'm going to say 50 GB. Select it. Come down. Allow. Allow. So create. So let's get it created. So what we are going to do is we are going to configure the Docker and we are going to test some image and we are going to create a image and then we are going to put the custom image and we are going to convert that image. We are going to push the image. So I'm just going to say SSH. Okay, so I'm just expanding it. Sudo su. So you can open this and go here. So you will get all information here, how to install Ubuntu, or if you are planning for CentOS, you can just simply copy this, go here. I'm going to paste it. And even some people asked about Podman. Yes, Kubernetes slowly going towards something different methodology. So I will cover in one of the session. Anyway, I'm starting Kubernetes complete in-depth troubleshooting or hardening or complete deployment or issues. So you can just register if you want. Okay, so I have installed this. Now I'm going to add the repository. I'm going to add the repository. I'm going to install the Docker Community Edition. So Docker Enterprise Edition E, Community Edition C. Community Edition is whenever you want to do anything, Community Editions are more than enough to learn it. Community Editions are more than enough to learn. And I'm going to start and enable the services persistent across reboots. So I'm just going to say starting the. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to see here what username. See, at the end of the day, if you go and say Docker info, so since you are in root, okay, you can run this, but I want to run this from my my login. See here. So that is why what I'm saying is you can run this command sudo gpassword -a. So since I am using Google Cloud, what is my username? It's a Vijay2. So you can add it, or what is the username? I'm going to. Okay. There is a typo mistake. Sorry, I'm very bad in typing. There is a typo mistake. So I added Vijay2 user to the Docker group. Now I'm just rebooting it. Wait for some time. It's really not needed, but in production you have to have. You cannot always go and run everything in a root. You have to do it from your user ID because you are going to be the backend admin.
Vijay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So in AWS, we will create AM users, right? So we'll give permissions to users.
Yeah.
So the same kind.
Yes, but this is server level. But if you want to apply in the wider level, probably you can integrate first with some AD or LDAP. Those configurations also is possible. But right now, what I'm doing is I'm just going here. So you are creating a server. In this, I'm going to nominate this machine as a Docker machine. So there are a lot of user 1, user 2, user 3, user 4. There are a lot of user are nominated as a Docker administrator. So, but Docker is installed as a root. Okay. So while installing Docker, normally the advice is you need to create a group. Okay. So this group, people has to be part of this group so that I'm going to log in my username, password, my credentials, but still I can use all the Docker commands. If I'm not part of this Docker group, I cannot. This is really must, because you cannot every time go and log in root, right? Root normally is not recommended. You do everything, but from your ID, correct?
Yes, correct.
So that is the reason I previously executed Docker info. It was thrown the error. Now I'm going to do from my login itself. I'm not logged into as a root. See here, $. $. means it's a user. So I'm going to say enter. See, you have to get the output. If you get the output, are you clear, Madhavi?
Yeah, I'm clear, Vijay. Yes.
Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, so now I'm going to go here. So this is fine. So now the installation is fine. Docker is installed. Docker is running. So now what I'm going to do is come down. If I go, if basically I want to create some Docker image, right? Go here. Okay, basically, first we will do one thing. We will go here, Docker images. So there is nothing is there. So, but I want to take some image. So say CentOS. So there are all CentOS related images are there, or HTTPD images are there. So now what I'm going to do is first we will go and see some of the images. So we will go and say this one. We can go with a couple of images. So you do all basic commands. I'm not going to do that. Okay. So now if you run this, what will happen is we don't have any image, right? Docker images, right? So there is no images. So when we run, what will happen is first it will download. It will always check your local setup. If the local setup doesn't have one copy, then it will try to download from your designated Docker repository. You can copy this and put it here. Since there is nothing in here, okay, enter. So it's clearly saying there is no local. Okay, so now it downloaded and we are going to log in. So we are logged in. See here the difference. Previously you were in the base machine. Now you logged in as a inside container. Are you able to see this? See the difference? Can you confirm in the chat? Previously you were in the base machine. Now you were logged in. You already logged in here, correct? So that means you are not in your base machine. You are inside the container. Inside the container. So now I'm going to say ls. See here, it looks like same Linux OS, ls-ltrh. But if you say some say yum install command, so even you can go with the yum install. Yum command is working, but I want to show you some difference. So instead of CentOS, I am going here. I'm say HTTPD. So HTTPD is not there. So now we downloaded and we logged in inside HTTPD. Now I'm going to run the same command. See here. Can anyone raise your hand and tell me what is the issue? See here also we downloaded one image and we executed and we logged in inside and I executed the command, right? Here also I am trying to do, but here is not working. Here is working. Because it's a CentOS image, it's a HTTP image. This is the major difference people has to understand. So why? Can you raise your hand? Yeah.
Hello. Actually, CentOS is the OS. Actually, you are trying. Apache is the application. It is not a OS. It is not going to install anything actually.
No, I'm looking for something. Go on mute.
It do not have a library of
Exactly.
yeah.
Who is that?
Ravi.
Yeah. See, so you understand, right? All these images are not OS images. Okay, what I need, I'm going back to the diagram. Okay, so I will open up a new thing because this is where people are really getting missed. So I downloaded CentOS. Okay, CentOS image. I downloaded HTTPD image because whenever I ask why the Docker images are very less size and it's making very fast to spin up every time. So CentOS. So what I will do is, why I need full OS? What is my purpose? Okay, so put that library alone here and make this image. What is my purpose? HTTPD. Put only HTTPD libraries and make this image. So here I don't need yum command. Here I need yum command because here only HTTPD. If I start this, my web server should be up and running. That's it. But here there should be some OS related testing or OS related purpose I need. So I may need to install some packages. So definitely I need the yum command library also here. So the more you reduce, if you really want to understand more in a layman language, if you have anybody who is working in a security companies like Symantec or Fortinet kind of a security companies, even some of the projects, the security projects, right? Ask their laptop to show the same Windows 7 laptop, but it's a very minimal OS. Most of the icons also won't be there because it's a customized OS, hardened OS, you can say. So here the same. What I need, that only I'm going to keep it as a library. So that is the reason the size is very less. Since size is very less, I can able to spin up very fast. You agree, right? Confirm in the chat. Okay, so now I'm going back to the command prompt. Okay, so that is the major reason I am not getting anything. Okay. Akila, wait. So see, one thing I started seeing that people really not willing to give or learn step by step, which I already expressed most of the time. What I'm saying is I'm going to show you a couple of things, whatever I can during this internship, but I already given all step-by-step information. Those who really want to have long-term stability, please spend some time. Those who really want to have a short time, quick, actually, most of my sessions will not have any help on you. So I'll show one by one. First, I will go. Are you whatever I explained so far? You all understand, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go further. Okay. So what is this detach? D means independent, right? Even you run, you do all other commands, right? Then what I can use, you can go and run this so that this process will run as a background process. Then you can go with your other task. So, but here, if I come out, okay, let's go here. I'm going to open another command prompt in the same machine. Let's see what is happen. Mostly Docker Kubernetes, you start own two window concept. These two window concept will help you to address what exactly is happening in the backend. Okay, I'm just going to here Docker ps-a. See here, the one which we logged in. Actually, we are logging in. We are inside. That is why still it's showing up. See here, we are inside. Are you able to see this? Can you confirm in the chat? Can you confirm? See, you can give SH or any shell. I prefer always bash or SH or KSH. So since we are inside this container, that is why it's showing up. Because you remember, we logged in. I'm going to show you the commands. We logged in, not okay. Inside. Okay, let me just go here. History. I'm going back to this. I'm going back to this. I'm going back. So we executed this command, not detach mode, right? So what will happen is, since I executed and logged in without daemon backend, if I come out, this will be exited. The session will be closed. I'm just going to say exit. So go here. Go here. See here. Are you able to see this? Are you able to see this? So that means the same I'm going to run with D. See here. Now, if you go and check, it's up. Even you go and exit, it doesn't matter because you clearly mentioned backend. I want this. So Docker container stop. This one container ID. So I'm just going the further one. Come down. So this is how, which image you are going to use. If some people are, if you say some commands are not working, then please ensure the image which you are handling as part of Docker image, that image should have that library. Otherwise, it will not work, right? So even HTTPD, I'm going to give you another example. I'm going to download HTTPD. I'm going to try ping command in that. So I'm just going to here, enter. So there is no ping command library there. But if I go and use BCBox image, the ping command is there. That is where you need to clearly understand. See here, the ping command already installed in BCBox Docker image. So hereafter, whenever you have any issue, please make sure the command library is already there or not, right? And come down. I will create one image and then can go for it. Wait, we will create one custom image. Come down. So Docker image, custom image. So there is a two-way. One is Akhila. So Docker file way of creation. Okay. And then you can go with the Docker Compose. Okay, Docker Compose is always preferred because you are making as a slice. Okay, so first you understand the Docker file. Most of the infrastructure as a code, you need to go in this way only. You cannot go run all the commands. First, you need to create a Docker file, and then you need to mention what exactly you want, right? So I'm going to say, first I'm going to create a Docker file. I'm going to create a Docker file. Okay. And in that Docker file, I'm going to copy this. We'll create one thing. See, what I'm going to do is I'm downloading the CentOS image from hub.docker.com. Okay. And you can give any description. What is the purpose you are going to do? I am doing Docker learning. Some meaningful comment. And what exactly you are doing? You want to run. First, you need to update all, and also you need to install HTTPD, and you are creating the some directory, and you are doing what is the equivalent command normally in your command prompt or normal without Docker. I'm not talking about Docker. Normally, if you want to go to the directory in Linux or Windows, what is the command? I want to go inside data directory. I want to go inside my script directory. What is the command? Yes, change directory. So you need to understand the difference. So open any of the Docker file from internet or anything. First, understand what is the equivalent command you are doing. This is also one of the people really missing. So what they are memorizing it. Don't memorize it. Please try to create some comparison. Okay, whenever you learn any new technology or new concept, only the current scenario, maybe different commands, maybe different procedure, maybe different steps. If you start compare, definitely one of the old command you already know. From there only you need to gain a confidence instead of keep on getting the fear on the new technology. There is no new technology. Only thing is we are trying to keep on change our way of deliverable, way of commands, way of implementation. That's it. Okay. So here previously we used to, how many of you know shell scripting here? You can even run like this.
Oh, hello, Vijay.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I have a question. On line 4, is it not possible to just use work directory data script? Like, the way I understand work directory work in Docker is like, go to my environment, look for this directory. If it's not available, create it. So I'm looking at it like instead
Yeah,
of
yeah.
like
You
that.
can create that, but if you start as a beginner, but what I'm
Okay.
saying is you need to go in this way.
Okay.
I understand your thing. Even we can go that instead of this, we can say you copy this. If there is
Okay.
no directory, you create it and copy it. That also is
Okay.
possible. But what I'm
Okay.
saying is first go with like you don't know anything.
All right.
Then slowly you apply the if else conditions, and because if you directly start that, people will confuse. Even you will be confused.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So just that is why I'm saying already you know some basic commands like Windows command or some commands, right? So try to go with that command. Even Ansible, you remember, I told if you don't know Ansible module how to use it, just go with the Linux command. But the only difference is how Ansible works. That confidence only you need to gain. Because you know, right? Whenever we hear about DevOps, people are really getting fear on programming. So first you need to clear that fear. Automatically you can do all. Simple. So I'm just going to copy this. Remember, I don't have anything this script. So we need to create this script with some test commands or whatever. So I'm just going to copy this. Okay. I'm going to create this app.py. So what we can do is app.py. There is nothing file in this directory. I'm going to create, say, we can create some file. If you go here, okay, definitely it will throw the error because we don't have any file, right? So what we can do is we can create, even you can go with any sample, go here. So even you can go with anything like this, or what I'm saying is just make it as a very simple file. Say who am I or echo command or any, because we are trying to understand even if you have a script, how do you copy this script inside while creating image and then execute it. Okay, as of now, even if you don't have, if you understand, then what I will do is I will just remove that file as of now. Now I will go here and I can say docker build dot. Dot means automatically the current directory Docker file will be pulled out. So I'm going to copy this. So when I say this command, this directory, that means I have a Docker file. So let's go ahead. But before that, go and see what is the images. Okay, so there are a couple of images, but you also better you remove all the images if you want. Come down. I'm going for this one. So you remove better all the images which you don't want. So simple, you come down. I want to show you. So first you stop all the running container. I think we have already stopped, right? Can you confirm? Docker ps-a. So all are in exited, right? So come down. So here we need to remove all the containers, even though it's stopped, still it's lying there. So we can remove this. Okay, and then docker ps-a, nothing is there. So good. Now remove all Docker image as in single command. So I'm going to remove this Docker images. So I'm going to remove all. So now we don't have anything. Docker images, Docker, this one. So even you can keep this command whenever you practice. So that keep clean up, do it. Clean up, do it. Okay, so now come down here. So we have cleaned up. Now we can go and execute this command. Come down, docker build this one. So now, so let's wait. See here, I'm going to say docker images, docker images. See, there is a CentOS image downloaded and there is a one more image. So go here. Okay. So there are a couple of things. You run yum update y. Okay, because they are taking it out because there are a lot of changes going on in CentOS side. We'll do one thing. We will go and say Docker file.
Vijay, can you please remove y in update and then try?
Yes.
Yeah.
So because they are you know the recent announcement and all, right, from Red Hat. They are completely removing all absoluted repositories. They are going towards better. If you have any future, then probably stick with Rocky Linux. It's really promising repositories. No, I thought to. No, they are removing the repository itself. See the upstream. They are trying to remove. What I'm going to do is we will do one thing. We will check it in this command itself. So I'm going to run this. So now yum install yum update -y. So basically you are seeing, right, it's not about Docker file issue. It's there. There is no, they removed slowly all because they are going towards a different repository workflow. So what we can do is we can go and change the file. Instead of the CentOS, we can go with Ubuntu. Yes, because that is a more easiest way. Run apt install or apt update. We can do one thing. We can test this. We can come out this, and we can go instead of CentOS, Ubuntu ish. So the Ubuntu, once we go there, you can first try the command, then you try it. apt date. So the apt update is working, right? So you can go here and say apt update. So even you can say apt install httpd apt
Okay.
what is the command we used for
Apache
autoscaling?
2.
Apache
2.
2. I think we can just want to show you some package. So stress, I think stress package is there. Yes. So even stress package, and there is a Apache 2, because when you change the flavor, yes, Apache 2 is there. So now we can go and say the same, run apt install Apache 2, sorry, and run apt install stress, because you need to just understand how this works. Okay, now what we can do is we can delete everything so that we will not get confused. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove everything. Okay, so now I'm inside that. So coming down, Docker -a. So all are removed. So Docker container remove. What is the container we have? Docker -a. So we can remove this. Can just remove because we need to clean up. Oh, sorry. So all are stopped. So we will remove first everything, and then we will remove all the images. Remove image. So now Docker images, nothing is there. Docker -a, because the more you clean up every time, the more you will get some good understanding. So I'm just going to make it very simple, but for wantedly, I'm going to give some error so that I just want to show you only one thing. That is why I'm trying Docker file. I'm going to remove everything. So basically now what we are going to do is we are trying to download the Ubuntu. We are trying to update it. We are trying to install some package. So now, even though we are downloading the base image Ubuntu, but I'm going to do some modification. That modification also will be created another image. That image I'm going to start utilize it. Either you can store it in your Docker Hub registry, then you can do it. So I'm going to say Docker build dot enter. So now we will get some error. Okay, I want to see that error. Wait. The fourth step, you will have some error. See here. So go. So first go here. What is the first one? It is trying to download it, right? So go here. Step 1. So once this task is completed, it's taking this image. Okay. And what is the second step? Once the second step is completed, it's taking this image snapshot. Again, taking the third step complete, come down. It is trying to create this image, right? Trying to execute the fourth step and it is failing. Now, can we see what is the Docker images? See here, what is the image ID? BB3E2AA. Okay, can you just check this one? Okay, this is the third task. What is the third task image ID? This is the one, right? What is the fourth? Fourth is failed, but if it is completed, then the image ID should be this, but the image ID was stopped till this. Can anyone tell me what exactly happened? Why I'm seeing this image ID? Can you see this? Can you see this? See here. So only it is showing the image ID, but it is trying started, but it's failed. But that image, it's not showing here. So each and every step, Docker inbuilt, what is happening is it is trying to ensure, okay, task completed. Then take a snapshot of that image. Now from that image, start the next task. Okay, then take the snapshot. From that snapshot, try. So this will ensure wasting time on, even if you resolve the issue on the particular task, we no need to run from the beginning. So can anyone tell me why any advantage in this? The default behavior, Advale? Yes, go ahead. Even Ravi. Any advantage in this?
So Vijay, is it like versioning? So each task is getting captured.
Yeah. So now if I resolve the issue, then the image creation will be very quick because already the three stages completed. Only fourth stage has to be executed, correct?
Yes, Vijay.
Correct. Yeah. So now what I'm going to do is, this is what I thought to show you. That is the reason I just changed a couple of things. Okay. So now I'm going here, Docker file, press 11. I'm just checking the correct one. Now I'm going to say Docker build dot enter. See here. So it is quickly completed this. Actually, it's not happening because it's already there till this step. So only this step now it's showing. So now can we check the part 1 Docker images? See here, the image ID is now different. What is the image ID? The 4th task, whatever full completion, it got showed here. Are you clear in this?
Yes, yes.
Subhash, yes. Go ahead. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, actually, this whatever the steps are completed successfully, it will cache it, and when we run Docker creation, so we'll not repeat those steps again. So it will start with the steps which are fail or the pending, so that it
Yeah.
will be done quickly.
Yes. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is from this image, we need to do this one thing. LS, go on mute. So we can go and say this image we can create as a normal image. Like I'm going here. I'm going to this part. So we have created the image, right? Even we can go and verify this. Yes, we have verified. So now we need to push back to one repository. So how many of you have hub.docker.com? Hub.docker.com. Hub.docker.com. So I'm going to show sign in. Okay. Cloud and loud. Enter. I'm just going to log in my hub. Okay, so now I'm going to create a repository. Okay, in front of you, I'm going to create a repository, say wake up or some meaningful name, say my games app. Okay, so now I'm just going to create a create. So now what is my naming convention? Cloud and loud / games app. So copy this, go here and paste it. First you paste it. So this is the naming convention I should have, right? So go back to this, go back to this. So now first I need to change my naming convention. What will happen if I not changed as per this format? Correct? What is, so copy this to the notepad. Okay, I'm going to paste it. So while building image itself, set tagging. So first we will go without changing and we will see what is happening. So I'm going here. I'm going to show Docker images. So this is my image. So if I want to change some name, or if I want to push this image to the repository, first I will say Docker login, loud and loud. Password I'm typing. So the password is logged in. Now, what is my images? So this is my image. So go back to your notepad. So now instead of the change, what I'm going to do is I'm going to push what is my image. What is my image? This is my image, right? So if I change, first we will go in this way. If I change this image ID, we will see what is the error I'm getting. Docker images. I'm just pushing it. So it is refusing. So we need to properly tag, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a tagging. Okay, let's create a different tag. How do we create a different tag? So I'm just going to say, copy this. I'm going to say, so there is a Docker file is there, right? So instead of this, I'm going to say cloud and loud, some different name. Actually, this repository name is wrong. Say Vijay wrong. Okay, or Vijay never sleep. Okay, so I'm just giving some random name and dot means the same command. What is the command? Docker build dot. Instead of this, you can directly use this command and say dot. That also will help you to do it. So I'm going to give this. Ensure you have a Docker file. Yes, Docker file. So I'm going to give it. See here, -ltrh Docker images. So you have now the proper tagging changed. Now we know this is a wrong naming convention, but we want to see the error. So now what we can do is we can push to the actual name. What is the name we have given? This is the name. So we will try to push it. So we have changed the naming and we are pushing it. See here. Actually, do you think this is actual pushed? Can anyone tell me? Can anyone tell me? Batmani, yes, you can unmute.
Vijay, actually, I raised my hand for something else. But yeah, I can try this. Could you please repeat your question?
No. Actually, now it is saying it's pushed. So can we can you say, is this now pushed correctly or what is that? So I'm just going to the Docker Hub. I'm going for my repositories. Is there anywhere? First of all, I'm getting Vijay never sleep here.
No.
Okay. So it is really not there. Okay. So I'm just going to say here, even go on mute. So even you can go and verify. I can just give wantedly, then different name. Previously, it was to throw the error. So it is clearly saying it's not there, right? So what we can do is we can we create this repository now? Can we create a repository now? Create a repository. I'm going to say this one, public, create it. Okay, already is there. So that means, so we will check this. We will do one thing. We will go here. We will delete this repository. So we will search this repository. So there is no repository. So we will again pull this. Instead of this, I can say latest. Even if you don't mention anything, automatically So if you create this and push automatically, previously it is not there. Previously it is to throw the error, means this repository not exist. Actually this error you will get previously, but now they have added something. If you have a valid login, automatically it's trying to establish this repository. Again, we will go here and say this, and we can, yeah. So they are trying to create it, but previously it is throwing error saying that this repository is not there. So what you have to do is always you need to ensure the repository naming convention should match your actual repository. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, what is your actual repository we have created? Can anyone tell me? We have created games app, right, Batmani? We have created games app,
Yes.
right? Okay, now we can go here. First, we need to change the correct repository name. How do you do that? Copy this and go here and say games app. So now I have added the correct repository. Copy this, go here, Docker images. We can run this. See here, now actual correct repository naming I have added. Now you can now push it, but before you push, you change the correct naming, whatever you created for your correct environment, correct application, games app. Okay, now before push, you go to that and check, is there anything pushed? There is nothing is there. There is no commit or there is no push happened. So what I'm going to do is I'm going here, say enter. So automatically it got pushed. So you can just go say refresh. See here. So it got pushed. So now I want a different one. I mean, you are doing some changes and you want to have some a different version. Basically, you are creating a new version, right? What you can do, you can first change to some, instead of latest, you can say version 1.0, because assume we had some changes. So I'm just going to first change it, because I'm assuming I have changed something in this image. Now you say Docker images. Are you able to see now? This is latest version. This is 1.0 version. Are you able to see this? Are you able to see 1.0 and latest version? Yes, yes, Vijay. Can you raise your hand? I will unmute. Can you ask? I'm not getting your question, Vijay. Okay. You can unmute yourself and ask. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead, Vijay.
Vijay, I have a question. Like, we need to run each time the build command, or for run?
No. Actually, I'm just making some example to make you to understand. See,
Okay.
at the end of the day, you no need to do a build. You can even use tag. That is why if you go and see here, you can even use this command. I will just show you. But the one which I'm showing as part of build itself, you can because you are changing something in Docker file. There is some different version or different package installation or different directory creation or different app copy, whatever. But as part of the build itself, you can do this naming convention, or you can simply go and change the name itself instead of build. I will show you first. Are you understand this?
Yeah. Yes, Vijay. Yes.
Okay. So now we. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, by default it will look for the latest one, and if you specifically mention the tag as v1.0, it will look for that. Is that correct, Vijay?
Yes. See, definitely for each and every deployment, if each and every your release, you will have some version number to differentiate. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So that is why even tomorrow, if you are going for a different version or different functionality or different feature, even emergency fix or add one more feature, you can go with say 1.1, something like that. Because I need to understand, if you go to any Android app, you go there, right? So they clearly mentioned this version released with this bug fixed. Yeah, have you ever seen? You
Yes.
try to explore any Android app. So they go to Google Play Store. You will get like this. So how they will track? This is how they will track.
Okay. Vijay, and here the image ID is remaining same. It's like
Yes. Because we haven't changed anything. Okay. I'm going to show you. That is why I'm going one by one. Are you clear so far?
Yes, Vijay.
Okay. So the version, if you get confused, go to hub.docker.com, search any image, say HTTPD or CentOS or Nginx or any image. Go here. Okay, see here, there are different versions. So definitely there will be a few changes in each version, correct? Maybe some bug or some feature, correct? So I'm just going to show you. Just click any one of the version. Yes, Ram. You can unmute it. So see here, there will be a clear, but they should have, see here, they have mentioned what they did as part of this version. See? So this is how you need to keep change the version name to make sure you are not having any confusion between this, because if even you can go with the same version, but you will end up with what you did, what is the changes on each one, correct? Vijay.
Yes.
Is everyone clear till now?
Yes.
Yes, Vijay.
Okay, so now I'm going to do the same 1.1. See, now you can say Docker images. So now I have a 1.0, 1.1. Can we go and check my repositories? Okay, repositories. See, game app. So now we have only latest. So can we push the 1.1? I'm going to push 1.1 instead of latest. So first we will go with the 1.0. See, it got pushed. So can we go and refresh it? So now you will see a latest and a 1.0. Now we can go and push 1.1. Okay, I'm going to refresh it. We'll see 1.0, 1.1 and latest. See here. So now, do you anyone have Docker machine right now? Do you have any Docker machine with you?
Yes.
Okay, can you try to pull this image? So I will just give you the command Docker pull cloud and load game app. Can you run this command and tell me you are able to do it or not? Game app. Okay, maybe latest or 1.1 or version 1.0. Can you confirm? Can you quickly share your screen if you want, so that it will be recorded? It will be easy for everyone to understand.
Yes.
So can you share your screen? Is it Ram, right? Or Vijay?
Vijay.
Okay, you can share your screen.
Can you see my screen?
Wait, yes, we are able to see your screen. Okay, so now what I'm seeing is go to your Docker screen, Docker command prompt. We are seeing only your browser, not. Can you maybe you can share the entire screen? I think you shared only browser.
I'm trying.
Yeah. You can unshare and share it again. Because I did from my machine. You are in some part of the world, and you can do the same image. You can spin it up. That is the exact difference.
I need to share completely. How I should share?
No,
this?
when you press share, it will ask whether you want to share. Shobhan, or can you share your screen? I'm making you as a presenter. Can you share your screen?
Desktop.
Yes.
Can you
Shobhan.
see everything?
Yes. Now we are able to. Can you increase the font? Control plus
Yeah.
plus.
Okay.
So that everyone will see clearly. So now can you just do this command pull? Docker space pull space cloud and load slash games app colon latest. But before run that command, wait, don't press enter. Maybe copy this command so that you no need to type again. Docker images, yes. Okay, maybe you can switch it as a root and do a Docker images. So you don't have anything, right? So can you now copy paste that command? So I did it from somewhere in the world. You are doing from other part of the world. It's a really simple mechanism. You can do it. See, you are able to download it, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So as long as the Docker repository is common to you and me, it's a very straightforward. I'm a developer. I can sit it in anywhere in the world. This is a major robust nowadays, the source code management. So now you can even run that command, Docker, same command with version 1.0. And again, you run version 1.1 to make sure you are able to pull all versions, whatever you want. Okay, now 1.1. So now you all understand, right? Docker, try Docker images. That's it. Now you do one thing. I'm going to send you one command so that people will understand. Okay, so simple Docker. Wait, let me send one command so that people will understand more easy way. Okay, I'm going to send the command. Can you copy this command, put it in your notepad? If you want to learn, you have to learn in this way only. I prefer. Can you copy this command and put it in your notepad? Okay. So now just put it in some yeah. So now just enter because I want to show you how this works. Enter. Okay, go back to your hub.docker.com. Hub.docker.com. Maybe in a browser. Yes. Hub.docker.com and try to log in. Hub.docker.com. Try to log in. hub.docker.com. What I'm going to do is, suppose you come across one good image, right? You don't want to lose that image, right? It's like a same replica to your GitHub, right? Clone it. So I want to keep that image. Even I created so many images, right? But if you use my image, at some point I may remove or I may change. So better you do the same concept. You convert all the images during Docker class and Kubernetes class, whatever I created so far as part of my YouTube. So you convert all the images and you change yourself and you keep it. Okay, create repository, Soman. Okay, create any name, Vijay. No, give some meaningful. Say app one, or something. Say related to say uh, bank app one, or something. Bank app one. Okay, create it. Now copy that Docker command. You are getting it right? Yeah, copy that in your notepad. Okay, now you created something called bank app one repository. Now you already have some image. You feel that good image for your learning, right? You need to save that image under your repository, under your name, right? Enter. Okay, now copy that Docker tag, that entire line to the third line. Okay, now replace that cloud and loud, the complete, with your 𝐕𝐣𝐴𝐶𝐻, that one. Yes. Okay, tag name you can say version 1.0 or whatever version you want to name it as. Okay, and image ID, you go back to your command prompt. So from there, version 1.0, what is the image ID? You take that image ID. No, before you put anything, first you prepare the command in notepad. Yes, take that image ID, put it in notepad. While learning, don't try anything directly, because the documentation is always must. You have to know later also what you did. You create your own documentation. Yeah, copy this. So now wait. So now what you are doing is paste it command, but don't press enter. So what exactly you are doing is, you have some good image, but you want to take the replica and you put it in your own repository. Basically, to do that, you need to convert that first under your naming convention. You agree, Vijay? You agree, right? Is everyone agree, right? Can you confirm in the chat? Okay, go back to your command prompt. Yeah, just enter. First, the name has to be changed. Now do a Docker images. Yeah, see here. So now you now converted as per your repository naming convention. Now you do a Docker space push space that 𝐕𝐣𝐴𝐶𝐻 1983/bankapp1. Okay, now go back to your hub.docker.com, Vijay. Go back to your hub.docker.com. Just refresh it. See here. So now, even I can do your pull everything, your image. Now, everyone clear? How you can use the existing image or any training image or anything you can create on your own. You can convert as your repository. Yes, Bethany, you can go ahead.
Vijay, while you were guiding Vijay Sendil, so I was also doing on my machine. It says permission denied. With the last command that I have run.
Can
Docker
you share
push.
your screen? We can see it.
Yes.
Okay, you can unshare, Vijay. This is how I will study most of the time. First, I will compare it. Then I will create a different account, and I will explore from one account to another account how I can, that account to my account how I can. So these are all will make sure you will have actual real time. So now Cloud and Loud ID is you can think of one project. Vijay Sendil is think of another project. That's all. This is the real time. Yeah. Okay. Now Docker push. So wait. First, I will understand your environment. So your Docker ID is T12 Padmin, PADMI, correct?
That's right.
Okay. So now, can you check Docker? Okay. Type PWD. Type PWD. Okay. Type history and enter. I want to see what are the command you have executed. Can you little bit scroll up? Little bit scroll up. Little bit scroll up. No. Mouse.
Yeah.
Mouse. With mouse, you can scroll up. I want to see the commands, whatever you did. Okay, go ahead. Go for it.
These are all what I was practicing earlier.
No, wait. I want to see. I'm looking for one command. I know that command you haven't tried. Okay, go ahead. Scroll up.
Docker login.
Yes. Okay, can you try Docker space login?
Okay.
Okay, wait. Before you try, can you say ls space -a? ls space -a. Okay. So now, can you try Docker space login? Docker space login and okay. Can you type your username password?
Yes.
I think you be in mute. You try because there is a lot of background noise. That's why I'm keep on requesting people. Please use some noise filter headset and please use your dedicated room to join. Mostly the next session onwards, I'm not going to be put it in an interactive mode because I told several times to all your people. I don't know how to do that. Next session onwards, I'm going to directly to the live mode only. That there is no interactive mode because I really getting day by day people. Hope you are all working in IT. Hope you are all working and attending office calls because this going to help millions of people even after 1 year. That is why I'm keep on requesting. Please join from some dedicated silent room with noise filter headset. That is the only expectation from my side. Okay, can you try to push it now? Docker space push space. Yeah, enter. Yeah. So when you say permission denied, first from your Docker machine where you install the Linux machine to your hub.docker.com, there is no permission. If you want to ensure, say ls space -a now. ls space -a. Check. There is a Docker directory got created. So there is a Docker directory got created /root because you are in home Ubuntu. Can you go to /root? There is a command. Can you give me a control? I will do it. So, okay. So there is a root config.json. Under this directory. So I'm going to say /root. I'm going to say ls space -a. See here, there is a Docker hidden directory. So go to Docker. You will see one file config.json. Okay, config.json. See here, this password will be encrypted and stored, but you typed your password, but that password is stored as an encrypted one. So normally, as long as this password is working, you can go and push everything on the fly because the connection is established, the authentication is established. Now, Docker images. So now history. So you have pushed this web app 1 version 1.0. So Docker space images. So this one you have pushed. So can you open hub.docker.com now and check and refresh that repository browser in the browser? So ensure you have pushed it. Open your browser hub.docker.com. I think you shared only putty window. We are seeing only putty.
Oh, yes. Could you please guide me? How do I share other windows?
You unshare it and share again with the full window, or you can share the Firefox window. Because this is a major reason I never go with the interactive session, because it's not about you are learning. It's about the community, or there are a lot of people, they are really struggling to gain a confidence. That is the reason. Because most of the time what I'm seeing is people are really respecting your office. People are not respecting these kind of community sessions. I think people are offering us a free. That is why we are not giving any values. So from next session onwards, I'm not going to waste or keep on request people. I'm going to give us a live. I'm sure it's not going to be interactive. That is a major reason I so far requested. But even after 1 month, I'm seeing there is a lot of background noise. Even people are joining with mobile headsets. Okay, so can you refresh it? So now, can you change some version number using the Docker tag command? Using the Docker tag command, I'll send you this. Even you can take it from team chat. You can put it in the notepad and change take the Docker tag command. I will send you again. I'll send you here. So can you copy that in the notepad? I sent in the chat. Docker space tag, or else you type it. You type, go to your command prompt. Go to your command prompt. Go to your command prompt. We are seeing only your Firefox. Because the reason why I'm keep on requested is we have so many learning materials, we have so many free materials, but still Why we are not gaining confidence? Because there is no interactive session, first of all. So that is a major reason we are keep on spending a huge lakhs and lakhs in these kind of a trainings, which absolutely there is no actual the real-time exposures. Even because of this reason only, many of the seniors, they are not willing to waste their time. So hereafter, please respect this as you are working from home. This is a very basic. If you are going to be in IT, this is very basic. I really mean it. I really tired to explain this very basic. Even for LKG people, they will listen this. Okay, go and type Docker space tag space Docker space tag space. Can you type it? Docker space tag space your image ID. Say your T2 version 1.0, right? Just copy that image ID 8CC B2A4. Yes. So copy this. You can copy. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So no, you can type it. If you're not able to copy, you can type immediately. Yeah. So now space. Now you say T12 PADMI / web app 1 T12 PADMI / web app 1. Yeah. Instead of version 1.0 and say version 1.1. Yeah. Enter. Yeah. Now you do a Docker push with that. But before that, you again run Docker images. Enter. So now you see there is a one more. Assume there is a small changes you did and you saved as a version 1.1. Okay, now you try to push it, that image. Docker push T2 PADMI / web app 1 : version 1.1. No. You type because the image name is T12 PADMI. Yeah. So : version 1.1. Yes, version 1.1. Yes, enter. Now you go back to your hub.docker.com. Minimize this. Go back to your hub.docker.com. I think you need to reshare again. So you can go with hub.docker.com and refresh it. Let me. Okay, so now you are seeing, right, version 1.1. So assume, but we haven't changed. In reality, we haven't changed anything. But in real time, you assume you did something changes in version 1.0 and you named as a version 1.0. You pushed it. Again, your manager is asked, hey, there is an issue or there is some package missing. Again, you installed and converted as a version 1.1 and you pushed it. Are you clear now, Patni?
Yes, Vijay.
Yeah. Okay. So now I'm going to go all in mute. I'm going to share my screen. So whenever you study like this. So this is the actual real time. So there is a two-way you can create a naming. One is while building itself, you can use this and say dot. Instead of saying simply Docker build dot, right? So always you go with this, then you use Docker tag, or else if you go Docker build, then you need to go with say Docker tag, that image ID here. Or there is a direct way. You can directly go and say, instead of two commands, you can go with this. How many of you understood? Are you clear in this? Either you can go and change the name with 2 commands, or directly this command you can do it. Is everyone clear? Can you confirm in the chat? Can you confirm in the chat? Okay, so now what we can do is we can, okay, let me just go here. Okay, so we